It's time to paint your dragon. As you can see, my dragon is already painted, but I'm just going to demonstrate what you will do when you paint yours. So your dragon is going to be on top of a paper plate, and we're going to use this as a placemat. It's going to protect the table from getting dirty, and it's also going to make it easy for you to carry your dragon somewhere else to dry at the end of class. You'll have a water bucket with a paintbrush in it. You're using tempera paint. You'll have a little bit of gold tempera paint. Gold is a big Chinese New Year color. And a sponge. So when you take your brush out of the water, it's going to be wet and drippy. And that's what the sponge is for. You're going to dry the brush on the sponge. Every time you take your brush out of the water after you wash it, you'll dry it on the sponge so it's nice and clean to go back into the paint. So when you choose your paint color for your dragon, you can choose whatever colors you want. Take a look at how it's on the brush here. I'm going to go over the parts of a paintbrush quick. This is the handle. That's the grip for the handle. This is called the ferrule, the metal part. And then the top part is the brush or the bristles. The ferrule has another name. I call it the danger zone. Because if you get paint in the danger zone, it's going to be really hard to wash the brush off in the water, and then that mixes up the paints, and we don't want that to happen. If you hold the brush in the danger zone, your hands are going to get full of paint. So always hold the brush on the handle or on the grip, and always keep the paint on the brush or the bristles. So when you paint your dragon, let's say I paint it red and I want to choose a different color. After I do the red, I'll wash my brush off in the water, gently, carefully, kind of scrape it on the bottom a little bit, and then I will wipe it on the sponge. It's really, really important that you wash your brush off after every color so that our paints do not get mixed up. So look how I painted my dragon here. There is no evidence of white clay underneath the dragon. I painted the whole thing. Covered the whole thing with paint. The white on the top, I added that. That's white paint. I only did a little bit of gold because I'm only giving you a little bit of gold, so I don't want to see any solid gold dragons. But the gold is just for some small details on the dragon. So just use a little bit of gold on your dragon, kind of like I did, if you want. So cover up the whole dragon with paint. Make sure there's no bare space showing at all. As you paint your dragon, you can tip it over to easier get the bottom. You can hold it as you paint it. You can move it around. So whatever makes it easy for you to paint the whole thing. When you're done, you'll put your brush back in the bucket. You'll close up the paints if everybody's done using them. And then you will carry your dragon on the paper plate somewhere to dry.